much every night since getting it. And I'm finally getting a chance to open it with you. So I'm excited. So let's open it up and see what we've got inside. Alright, not a bad Joker. Or Joker's kind of reminds me of Courage a bit with that drawing style. Nice spade, nice touch on the face cards, different font. Yeah, face cards. Is that... Okay, it is a rabbit. I like it a lot so far. I've always enjoyed circus and carnival themed decks. It just seems very fitting. Jesters, jokers, magicians, sleight of hand, card games all seem very synonymous with me. And that's a decent back. I hope your day's been well, by the way, if I didn't say it. So please get yourself nice and comfy as we get ready for our first game of the night. Oh, it's so fitting. What are your first impressions on this? I think it's gonna be one of the favorites for sure. And by the feel of it, very durable, good side feel. It's kind of like a rough cut but without the shavings, so lots of texture. Same with the facing and backing, so good control. But let's see how it plays in game number 1. It's kind of funny. I was at Dave & Buster's earlier, and I was doing the clown game where you throw the ball and knock him down. But what sucks is that they were missing the middle row, so you couldn't get the good rhythm going for points. But I still managed to get to the jackpot or whatever it's called. So I think I'm in the mood for this deck right now. And as well, speaking of Dave & Buster's, you know when you have a plan and you kind of don't expect it to work, but you're excited to try it out? Well, I went to the baseball machine, or game where you throw it. It multiplies your score based on accuracy and how hard you throw. And I've always wanted to try doing it, like incrementally getting better to maximize jackpots. So what I did today is I hit 8 straight jackpots on the baseball machine and ended up getting, I think, 9,000 plus tickets. And what else was it? And I got one earlier. I got 9 jackpots, but 8 in a row. And I was so happy that I actually did exactly what I wanted to, but better than I ever would have thought. Plus, the half-price games weren't too bad with it. Those are my 2 favorite games there, by the way. I've always had good luck, or I guess accuracy, with throwing games at carnivals or arcades. As we silently have a strong start to game number 1, and sticking with that theme, what is your favorite arcade or carnival game that you like to play? Come on, Black 9. sometimes it doesn't fit the theme of the deck, but I am enjoying this one immensely. Even more so. And I like those mischievous ace cards as well. It's so fun. Because this deck I got off of eBay. The best place to get cards in my opinion, like consistently. But it's kind of, like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Because most listings don't show the inside of the deck since they're brand new. And we got a hit tonight as we hit our first fat stack. Okay, we do have a couple kings lurking. Good sign for us. There's one that leads us to our second fat stack. Ooh, there we go. Nice surprise there. As a black queen. No. I thought that was a red king, my bad. But I think us seasoned players are beginning to think alike right now. Only one way to find out, though. Oh my gosh, what's unfortunate, I think a king is underneath that 10. Trust me, we're gonna wait a second. There's the black king. Drop the 2. Did we just... No, oh wait a second. We did. We just earned ourselves a perfect game. What the heck? What a way to start our night. 1 game, 1 win, 4 fat stacks. Holy crap. I'm surprised because I feel like we've almost had one or had one recently. Damn. It's gonna be so fun once our 1,000 episodes are over. And seeing like the compilation of like perfect games or like triple fat stack victories. And seeing how they just develop. But what a start to our night. The art style in the cards is like Courage the Cowardly Dog meets like 2008 to 2014 anime art style. But all of the spades, ace to king. With all of the clubs. Hearts. They're broken, by the way. 7 to king. Do we recover? 3 to ace. Not too bad, almost half the deck. On to game number 2, with the perfect game under our belt, or blanket early. Yeah, just feeling much better, handling wise. If you couldn't tell with that last shuffle. Since we are in the middle of our final Halloween run of our solitaire journey, what horror movies themed with clowns or circuses do you enjoy? So leave some recommendations, because I haven't seen too many that are circus themed. Even if they're bad, I don't care. I remember, I think it was Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, something like that. I think that is circus theme. Zombieland, of course. Pacific Playland. Or video games, like Left 4 Dead 2, Dead Rising. Okay. What will be the encore? Let's do the suits this time that are visible. In search of a red 9. And there is 9 a he or she to you? 9's a she to me, especially the red diamond. 7. Drop the 6 to 4. Very good insurance at the back end. Excellent. But a little worrisome that we're making 3 plays on this one, so we don't reset our luck. I thought we had a black 5, my bad. I said there. Interpret that how you do. Alright, so we played a king. I don't remember. I think that's our third play. Okay. 8. Fat stack number 6 on our night, and it's only game 2. Jack 10. It would have to be perfect for it to happen, and it is not. 5, 6, 7, nowhere to go. 6 fat stacks is where we end up with this game. Let's see if we end up with back-to-back victories, my friend. Okay, 4 of diamonds. All of the 5s momentarily. Drop the spade. Drop the 6. 6. Let's go to the final 6. 9. 7. Yeah, we got this. 2 games down. 2 wins in. 6 fat stacks to go with it. One of our hottest starts ever. Will that set us up for an episode in our record books, is the question. We sure are on pace for it. As for the second time of the night, all of the spades, ace to king, with all of the clubs, hearts, and diamonds. Only if things went well, we could have had a 3 fat stack victory. But a win's a win. Six to king this time. Do we recover? 3 to ace. It seems like that's our most common recovery. Such a nice feel too. Can just get straight into shuffling even if the cards aren't settled. This is unsettled. That's settled. No hiccups really. Right, game number 3. safe. It makes the most sense. And as long as we get a red jack, it doesn't seem to be a bad investment. And there he is. And now, I can't believe it, we're already on the verge of another fat stack. Keyword verge. You know what? We'll take away a chance at one to play our king, but we also guarantee fat stack number 7 of our night. I'm not sure, 6 or 7, yeah 7, because 4, 2, and now 1, but triple 4's a little bit concerning. Excellent. A little bit. Alright, now time for worry. Nowhere for that 6 and nowhere for that 7. Oh no. No 2 of diamonds. Unfortunately. No 3 of hearts, unfortunately. So it seems for the first time of our night, we taste defeat. Guarantee, because no 2 of spades, no 2 of diamonds locks those 2. No 5 of clubs. No 3 of hearts. Damn. But we did get a fat stack in game 3. And now we head on to game number 4. That was the issue here. Let's see what kept us back for the first time of the night. In the final 10, I assume. Yep, 10, and nothing too bad. Finally, we could get to the deck rating. Handling, durability, texture, feel, all above average. Back design, alone. Improvements would be good, but still above average, matched with the facing. It just elevates. There's not one single bad thing about this deck. You can read it, has a nice side art as well when shuffling. So, even if I were unbiased, I'm trying my best to be unbiased, but this is going to earn a 9.5. Since everything is good to great, nothing bad. Only improvement could be the back design, but it still complements everything well. One of the favorites. Alright, game number 4, here we come. spot for some kings and jacks to roam. Two aces, already down with the jack. Already down with a king. And our second jack feels to be going too smoothly. Especially if this is a red 4. Okay, good. There's our red 4. Excellent. And we've had 4 aces every game so far. Alright, time to cash in our insurance cards as there's nowhere for that 9. Never mind. 6, 5. Show us a red 9. Ooh. Now it's time to cash in our insurance cards, bit by bit. 9 jack, 6 jack, and 5, nowhere to go. Okay. Okay again. Oh, come on. I think we're done. I thought that was a 9. Clearly it's not. Okay. So triple 8s. We are on the verge of a fat stack, but nowhere for that 9. Jack, 6, jack, or 5 still. That was our last play we could make. Technically, this is, but now we are done. So close to our 8th fat stack, but ironically, 8s keep us from it. On to our final game of the night, my friend. How will this carnival end? Interesting. easily. If it's still a dud, we've won the night as well. But no one likes to finish with a bitter taste in their mouth. And on the bright side, we have some decent spacing to start off our final game. Alright, somewhat completely random note. How many of you have watched Netflix Ed Gein Monster Show? I forgot to mention that earlier. Probably better I didn't. Just because our rhythm was so smooth. I have my thoughts. But if you have, I'm curious to hear what you think of it. Come on, we need to play that 6 over here. I think we might be done. Especially if we can't manage anything after this round. That is incredibly unfortunate. Nowhere for that king. Nowhere for that 8. Jack. 6. 8. Or 4. 2. 2. But beyond that, without the 3 of spades, 3 of hearts, we're locked up seemingly perfectly. Double jacks, 6s, and 3s on the field. Lots in our hand that could have helped. Not really, that's a damn lie. But anyway, my friend, that's the end of our night. It was still a great one, especially how we started off. 2 wins, 7 fat stacks, and a perfect game to go with it. Triple nines doing the work. The dirty work. Well, my friend, that is it. A great new deck to the collection. Probably gonna come back some point in the future. No idea when, but pretty safe bet. Please have yourself a relaxing remainder of your day and night. Many sweet dreams when you do. Until we meet again, stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.